Five, four, three, two, one, boom! What's up, champions? It's Coach Réal here with Getting Real with Réal, where we ask the question, do we want it or are we just talking about it? Do we want it or are we just talking about it? We get raw, real, authentic, and brutally honest so we can be the best version of ourselves. Welcome back to Getting Real with Réal, and this is Coach Réal, and today is my favorite day of the week. It is Financially Fit Friday, and I'm excited. Today's message is, are we a slave to money, and are we setting ourselves up for failure? This is a very important message, because when you get this concept, when you understand this and you realize that you are not a slave to money, and how not to make yourself a slave to money, and how to set yourself up for success rather than set yourself up for failure, you will start to live in abundance and in prosperity. Oh yeah, I wanted to give you a little heads up, all right? When I was recording this, I got cut off halfway through the message. So there's a part one, which you're going to listen to, and then it stops right where I say the job has one job, the body has one job, and then I was getting ready to go into part two anyway. So what is the solution? How do we fix it, right? So I just want to give you a heads up so you don't get confused when you're listening to it. So with that said, check it out. Get some stairs here, and Lord willing, I'll get this message to you before my phone dies. Let's take a look at what we do here, right? Boom, we go up those stairs. We don't just run these stairs, we attack them. All right, let's get it. And those of you listening to my podcast, if you hear all this heavy breathing, it's not because I'm excited to be talking to you, but I'm running some stairs. Or maybe I am excited to talk to you, because I am. All right, do it with excellence. Okay, so here's the thing. How many of us, we all agree, we have this mindset, right? Millionaires, billionaires, they're all greedy. They're all unhappy. They're all miserable people. They're all mean. We do it the same as an actor. You don't know me. You don't know them, but we have this, oh, let me put my hearts on. Thank you for reminding me. I saw somebody throwing down some hearts. Why do they change this? Where's the hearts? There's no hearts today. Oh man. What is this? Is this a heart? I think this is a heart. Let's see. Sort of a heart. Okay. So anyways, we get this determined idea, right? So the question I have for us, are all billionaires? Are all millionaires? Are they all mean? Are they all greedy? Are they all unhappy? Are they all miserable? And the question, absolutely no, right? I mean, we know that to be true. So then the next question is, how do we know this? When you see a billionaire on TV or a millionaire, you know, I know it's Financially Fit Friday, but you know, an actor. How do you know they're conceited? How do you know they're arrogant? How do you know they're miserable? How do we know that? You don't, right? 9.5 out of 10 times, we don't have a clue. We don't know nothing about them. But we want to sit over here and we want to judge them and make opinions about them. But in terms of being a slave to money and setting ourselves up for failure, it's bigger than that, right? Because what happens is our mind is morally compassed, right, for us to be the hero, right? That's just how we're wired. So what am I talking about? So what we do is we will create a story in our head. We will write our own script, and we will make those millionaires, those billionaires, those successful people the villain. And we will become the hero. Because the mind wants to be the hero. It morally wants to be the hero. So do you see, if you create the story, right, that they are the villain, the mind will never take us to be the villain, because it always wants to be the hero. So when we take it to a whole nother level, what we're talking about here is our subconscious, right? Our subconscious has one job: to protect. What's up, champions? All right, it's Financially Fit Friday, and this is part two. Guys, are we a slave to money? Are we setting ourselves up for failure. Once again, if you're just watching it first time, go back and watch number 1. It'll make sense. So here it is, guys. So we talked about the problem. What's the solution? And the problem actually comes from our subconscious. And this is something I've known for many, many years as a fitness expert. You know, our body really only has 2 jobs. As amazing as it is, hey Deanna, how are you, champion? It has 2 jobs. Well, oh, thanks for reminding me. Let's get the hearts up in here. Let's get the hearts up in the house. Let's see where we are. They're always different, right? Let's see. Come on, Mr. Hearts. Let's see where you at. Where you at? Where you at? I know. I see the hearts. You guys. Oh, no, that's not what we want. See, I had hearts a little while ago. Now they're not out here. How can that be? Well, oh, here's one of my favorites. Let's get this guy. Oh, here's some other ones. Look at this. This is a good one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the subconscious has 2 jobs. One is to obey us, you know, and the other is to protect us, right? And the main thing that we're talking about right now is to obey who we are, what we believe in, and go get it, right? You know, do what you have to do, right? And the other one is to protect it. So when we create that mindset that we talked about in number 1, where we think, you know, successful people, they're bad, they're greedy, they're not even happy really. Millionaires, they're not happy. You know, they've got all this money and they're just miserable and they're greedy and all of that. You know, we judging people. When we've got that mindset about people, and like I talked about in part 1, you know, we create that story about the villain and the hero, and they are the villain, we're the hero, and if that's the way we see it, we'll never be there. So what happens with the subconscious, right? Watch what happens is the subconscious now does what? It wants to protect us. So it's going to protect us from the villain, right? It doesn't want us to be the villain. It's not wired that way, right? It wants to protect us from bad things in our life. So thus, if we look at our life, if we have that kind of mindset, right, we can look at our life and we can say, you know, because if you don't believe it or not, this is how powerful we are, right? This is how powerful the mind is, more importantly, the subconscious. Have you heard the saying? I've talked about it before, right? We have, I think it's like 70, 90,000 subliminal thoughts every single day. The ones we have today are the same as yesterday and the day before and the day before that and the day before that, and most of them are negative. They're negative. We're beating ourselves up constantly, right? Like this garbage truck is beating me up right now, right? We're constantly beating ourselves up with all these negative things. So how do we fix it? We teach the subconscious to have a different mindset. We teach the subconscious, we train the subconscious to look at things different, to see that being a millionaire is awesome. Millionaires are happy. They're phenomenal. It's exciting. You know, that's what I want to be. That's the hero. That's what. So now when you create that, right, when you start thinking like that, you know, all of a sudden, you'll know what to do. You'll get up. You'll be fired about it. You know, your mind is going to take you towards it. You'll know what to say. You won't have to, you know, your life will start to change. Now, check this. Check this. Watch this now. Watch, we're going to a whole nother level. Now, we're now realizing how powerful we are through our subconscious. Now, if that's true, and we look at our life right now and we're not financially fit, we're living paycheck to paycheck, we're broke, we're not living the life that we like to live, we're not going on the vacations that we want to get, we're struggling, we're getting divorced, because the number 1 cause of divorce is finances. By the way, as a fitness expert for 40 plus years, the number 1 excuse I've gotten, and I get every day, I can't afford it. I know the doctor said I'm dying, I need to collect my cholesterol, I need weight to lose, but I cannot afford it, right? Financially fit. We got to be financially fit, really, before we can be physically fit, if you think about it. Emotionally fit, all of that, right? So if we look at our life and it's like that, and we say, wow, man, I'm that powerful that I created all that destruction? I created that mess? Because we did. The biggest problem we think is we want to blame it on everybody else, but really we are responsible for our life. Yes? So take a look in the mirror. So with that said, if we're that powerful and we could create that, imagine what we could do with that same power if we start to flip our mindset. and start to see that as the hero, you can create an amazing life. You can create a life where you live in abundance, where you have a prosperous life. You can do whatever you want, champions. But it starts with your subconscious. It starts with changing your mindset. It starts with changing your outlook. It starts with changing how you feel about those people that you say you want to be. But do you see, if you think badly about them, if you think they're a certain kind of people, if you think that lifestyle is that way, you're never going to get there, because the mind is not wired to take you towards the villain. It will keep you in the hero because it's safe and it wants to win. So flip it. It's Die Friday. Switch it, champions. I love you. Remember, check into my podcast. Go to www.realandrews.com so you can take these messages with you. And I'm doing a special series right now promoting small businesses in the middle of this pandemic. So if you're a small business, I don't care where you are, reach out to me. I'd love to have you on a guest on my podcast so we can let people in your area know about your business, right? Hit the third tab, hit my podcast. You can subscribe to my podcast, leave a comment, a rating on Apple Podcasts. I really appreciate that, because this bumps us up and more people hear it. And it's not about us. It's about how many lives can we change. With that said, thank you so much for sharing it with people. We're getting more downloads than ever, just like that. And that's exciting. So with that said, champions, I'll believe in you till you believe in yourself. Make the rest of the day the best of the day. God bless. Boom! Well, there you have it, champions. It's really that simple. So if you're tired of being a slave to money, if you're tired of not setting yourself up for success, then you know what? Take your subconscious and take them to the gym and retrain them. Get them to think in a different mindset, and you will have different results. You will start to live in prosperity, and you will live in abundance. Once again, this is Coach Réal with Getting Real with Réal, where we ask the question, do we want it? We appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast. Leave a comment and rating on Apple Podcasts. We really appreciate that. It helps to bump up the podcast. That way more people can hear it and listen to it. We can change more lives, because that's what it's really about. It's not about our life. It's about how many lives can we change together. Go ahead and follow me on my Instagram at Réal Andrews. Thanks for sharing it with your friends. So with that said, I am out. I will believe in you till you believe in yourself. Make the rest of the day the best of the day. God bless. Boom! Well, there you have it, champions. This is Coach Réal, and I'm excited, guys. Let's just go out there and support our local small businesses. And once again, if you're listening to this, you're a small business, reach out to me, message me. It would be my honor to have you on this podcast and let people know about you and how they can find you. So once again, guys, thanks for listening. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram at RéalAndrews.com. Leave a comment, like, and raise up this podcast on Apple Podcasts. Share it with your friends. I'll believe in you. You believe in yourself. Make the rest of the day the best of the day. God bless. Boom.